俺の勝ちだ。
バカみたい。
Well, she's not wrong. Out of Tune, Kamen Rider Hibiki. Welcome back to Earth Alien ProtoMet, where I'm still talking about Kamen Rider Hibiki. And there's a good reason I split this into a two-parter. The first 29 episodes of the show are excellent, and I would genuinely recommend them to anyone. But the final 19 episodes are terrible. Where did it go wrong? Episode 30 introduces a new character, Kosuke Kiryu, and right off the bat it's obvious that he's a major jerk. He's introduced to act as a rival to Asumu, even though there was no reason to do so. Kiryu acts like he's the center of the universe, challenging just about anyone to impromptu competitions with little warning, and then gloating about winning. Which, yeah, way to give him warning. He also talks to others as though he knows more about a subject than them, even if the person he's speaking to has far more experience in the subject than himself. And the worst thing he does is drag Asumu into his desire to become an Oni, forcing the boy to choose to also try to become Hibiki's student, even though it had been previously established that Asumu had no inclination to be an Oni whatsoever. And I could go on and on and on about how Kiryu is a terrible, unlikable character that needn't have been created at all. But he's just a symptom of a much bigger problem. Executive meddling. As I understand it, it's suspected that the show wasn't selling enough toys, so the studio got rid of the show's initial production staff and writers and replaced them with a new staff and writers, including Toshiki Inoue. Yeah, the guy who wrote Fies. In addition to the addition of Kiryu, the Doji and Hime were replaced by a Super Doji and Super Hime that stick around for several episodes. The original Doji and Hime were interesting because they were constantly replaced with alternates with different personalities. The Supers are originally given infantile personalities that change as the show progresses, which I wouldn't mind if I didn't feel they are just forced in to have recurring villains. The show does do some stuff right, like Hibiki's armed form and the storyline involving a fallen Oni, Shuki, who acts as an anti-hero character that clashes with the ideals of the other Oni for a couple episodes. Unfortunately, this story arc ultimately leads to Oni student Akira eventually choosing to abandon her Oni training, completely undercutting her entire character arc up until this point. And then there's the ending. Spoilers, if you couldn't tell. So, the penultimate episode ends with a cliffhanger with the three main Oni caught in an epic battle against a horde of Makamo. Then the final episode starts with a recap and the cliffhanger itself, and then jumps ahead a year, leaving the end of the fight completely unresolved. Obviously the Oni won, but it's still disappointing. Then it reveals that Asumu has chosen to abandon his own Oni training to pursue another path, while Kiryu, complete and total asshat that he is, becomes an Oni in training, and at no point does the show give him a redemption arc to show the kids that you shouldn't be a jerk towards others. Apparently there were multiple endings scripted, all of which had Asumu continuing his Oni training alongside Kiryu. But that was changed on the final day of filming. The show's lead actor, Shigeki Hosokawa, who played Hibiki, was disappointed with the staff changes and the direction the show's story went, making his feelings known on his personal website. Kamen Rider Hibiki's final 19 episodes are such a drastic change in tone that I would recommend ending the series at episode 29. Hell, the end of that episode even feels like a proper conclusion to the series. For Gamezillong, I'm ProtoMet. See ya.